If I were to start a new business, where would I start? I think it would be cold email is one that needs to happen right away. When I learned about you, I was like, that's something that we can try out and be more direct. Something that we looked at is the revenue. So make sure that they're making over $1 million in revenue. And he's just gonna give you the positive and say, hey, make sure that you're talking about this, that you're doing this during the call, and you're coming in prepared. So this is my favorite part from you guys that you handle, and it's that.
Hi, everybody. I'm here with my client, Andres. Andres has been working with us with a little bit over a month and a half. Andres, I have here that we've booked you around 14 calls and we've gotten 45 interested leads for you and the past time working together. So, real quick, why don't you tell me what is it that you do for a business and who your ideal customer is?
For sure. And thank you for having me. Yeah, so my company is Design Desk. We help nonprofits increase their monthly donations in 120 days by 25% guarantee. Basically, it's the offer that we have for them. Our ideal client is nonprofits who already have a monthly donor program and they just want to increase that. Something that we looked at is the revenue. So make sure that they're making over $1 million in revenue so that we can actually make a meaningful impact for their beneficiaries.
Awesome. Very unique offer. Now, before working with us, what did your process look like for getting sales meetings on the calendar?
Yeah, so in the nonprofit world, there's a lot of networking happening. So I used to go to a lot of local networking events where I would meet with nonprofits. It was a very slow process. Like getting in front of nonprofits was very slow, or manual outreach through LinkedIn, things like that, which takes a while to make those relationships. And so, when I learn about too, I was like, that's something that we can try out and be more direct and tell them the opportunities that are out there.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, what were the main challenges with that approach?
Oh, I think it's just the time it takes. Nonprofits are notoriously slower in terms of their pacing and how they get things introduced, especially working with a marketing agency. So just having so few leads was something that was holding us back, which is something that we've been able to change working with you guys.
Awesome, awesome. So the prospects we've been booking you with, are they like the kind of decision makers and companies you actually want to be in front of? Can you like walk me through what a typical one looks like?
Yeah, yeah. So for us, we identified that it was when a nonprofit has a marketing team or a development team, something that they use to grow their donations. That's the ideal person that we want to talk to, and that's something that you and your team have been able to identify really well. So, and even when we don't have that person on the marketing team, we're either reaching to a founder or a executive director, someone who can get us to the development team. So I have nothing bad to say other than we've been reaching exactly the people that we've been wanting to.
Awesome. I really like that. Now, can you walk me through what your week to week involvement looks like when working with us though? So like what do we handle and what's on your plate?
So to me, this is one of my favorite part of the things that you guys handle. Basically, meetings show up in my calendar and I know, hey, I just need to attend and take care of them. Something that we talked about in the past, because that's something that happens a lot with Brian, is that you'll have him, reach out to people that he's gonna have the conversations, but he's also gonna be talking to you and asking, hey, should we offer this? Should we offer that? So there's a lot of communication into the strategy and how to actually acquire people. Basically, he's handling all of the negative responses, the positive responses, and he's just gonna, give you the positive and say, hey, make sure that you're talking about this, that you're doing this during the call, and you're coming in prepared. And something that I was laughing about is that you get a lot of negative responses, right? And I feel that can get your day kind of down because you're like, oh, like, I feel bad now because they might have responded in a negative way, but he's taking care of that. So he's handling that. He's making sure, and maybe somebody comes with an attitude, but then through conversation, they might end up scheduling. Who knows, right? But it's something that you don't have to worry about. It's something that is being handled. That's what I really like about having your team.
Now that you have a consistent meeting flow coming in, what does that unlock for your business going forward?
Yeah. So having more opportunities, in terms of like, I think we've been probably getting like 2 meetings a week so far. And what that unlocks is a lot of opportunities, right? I feel like having more at bat scenarios where I can actually pitch what we're doing to multiple nonprofits really helps the business. Having a slow lead flow makes it so that one, the entire team, can get discouraged because the team is not working on things frequently. Sales kind of go down because you kind of lose your touch, like speaking the things that you're doing. And so having so many frequent meetings has helped us make sure that we're looking at, okay, what are we saying that they're reacting to? Like, how can we make our offer better? What are the things that we should mention that will get people more likely to close? So it's not only the opportunities and the closings, but also the data that we get and that we're able to use to basically guarantee that the next one is gonna be better and the one after that is gonna be better. And we just gotta be closing more consistently.
Awesome. Awesome. Can you describe the communication that you have with our team? Like when you're flagging something or you need feedback, when you're giving feedback, what's the response time usually like?
Yeah, the response time is super quick, and like I was mentioning earlier, there's always conversations, right? Like there's always strategy. You in particular have been very proactive in terms of like, hey, this is something that have been working for other clients. Let's try it out, right? Like what is the version of this? And I know I have a very particular offering, and it's very different from other clients you have. So just testing it out and saying, okay, how can that look like for nonprofits, because it's a different offer. It's a different world, but we've been able to test, A/B test and see, okay, this one works, this one doesn't. What do we want to keep running? So I've been very appreciative of that. So I don't have to stay on top of you and saying, hey, like things are not working. What should we try? Like you've been very proactive.
Awesome. So if someone's watching this and they're skeptical that an outbound service can actually deliver them qualified meetings consistently, what would you tell them?
I'll tell them that they should try it. And the how fast you get results, trying it out, even if it's, we've only been working for a month and a half or so. And part of that, I think a little bit longer, right? Because part of that is the warming up of the entire the emails and setting everything up. So there's a setup process, but immediately after it starts running, you start seeing results. You start seeing people replying. You'll notice that there's people actually looking for the things that you're offering. So regardless of that, you're gonna see really quick that there's responses to this. Like if somebody were to ask me like what is something, like if I were to start a new business, where would I start? I think it would be cold email is one that needs to happen basically right away. Especially if there's if we're gonna have a marketing budget, it needs to go there. It just gives more opportunities. There's more chances of directly talking to the person that you want to talk to and explain what your offer is. So I mean, the only thing you would lose by trying it is what, like even in the first month you're gonna get some responses. So if it's really not for you, it's something that you can decide and say, hey, this is not for us, but I think there's something here for everybody.
Awesome. Any final thoughts for anyone considering working with us?
Yeah, I would say just, just try it out, give it a shot. I think Brian is someone who's gonna be really good working with your team, and his team is really great too. So that conversation is gonna be worth it. He's gonna help you figure out, hey, is the offer that we want, some that we have, something that's going to uh grab the attention of the public that we're reaching out to. Brian is very honest. He will tell you, I even remember like when we first started talking with my offer, he was like, hey, that's a very strong one. What else do you do? He will dig down into what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve, and help you structure that correctly so that the emails are actually eye catching, that people are actually asking to learn more about what you do. And so, yeah, I mean, it's like having them on your team. It's like hiring I feel like a marketing team that understands what a business is and how they can help it grow.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate you as a client. I really appreciate you jumping on this call and giving your testimonial and looking forward to keep producing results for you.